Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina Arevalo, cake business, productivity coach, and podcaster. I help cake makers like you manage your business productively and with ease, taking control of your time and workflow to avoid stress and burnt out. I offer personalized strategies and supportive community to help you stay organized, productive, and in charge of your success. Your cake business should bring you joy, not stress. I'm here to help you build an efficient, successful, and sustainable business without feeling overwhelmed and burned out. With the right planning, strategies, and mindset, you can reach your goals, stay organized, and enjoy the journey. Let's make your cake business work for you, not the other way around. What if I started my cake business all over again today? What would I do differently if I started my cake business in 2026? Hi there. If you like this podcast and enjoyed this episode, there's only one thing I ask from you. Please follow this podcast, download this episode, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platforms where you're listening to this show now. This way, the algorithm will show the podcast to more cake artists who will benefit from, and you'll be helping me grow this show. And don't forget to share it on social media and tag me, and I'll gladly follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. Leave me a comment on Spotify or answer any of the questions and polls on the episode. Let me invite you to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as the Art Cake Coach, or follow the links on the show notes to find out more ways to stay connected. Visit www.theartcakecoach.com for more. Today's episode is about finding out what would I do differently today if I had to start my cake business again. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here, super happy to have you back on another Tuesday morning here from Lisbon, Portugal. We're walking towards the end of January 2026. Wow, it's been it's been gone really fast this month. And today I want to do a different episode. It was supposed to be an interview today, but we had some uh, scheduling issues with my guests, so we had to move it for the next month. And I was thinking this morning about something that what was I going to talk about? What was I going to share with you guys? And actually, I've been writing some notes in my head, in my phone, and even on paper in the past few weeks about what would I do if I started my cake business again. And I'm going to explain how everything started. As you know, I'm an ESL English teacher and I teach business English to adults. Uh, Online, this is my other job. That's the other thing that I do. And we were talking, since it's business related, and we were talking about the conditionals, we started to use the if expressions. And I asked them one question. If you could work or do something totally different than what you do now, what would it be? And it made me think about, and they asked me, teacher, if you could do, if you could do something different than what you do today, what would you do? And my answer was, I don't think I would do anything differently. I would like to learn different things, but not to do different things. I love what I do. And I confess to them, out of all people, I'm kind of missing my cake business, missing baking. There are parts of it that I don't miss. There are parts of it that I do miss. And also this last week, I had the chance to be a guest on my friend's Yvonne Donald's podcast, Adventures in Cake Land. And she also asked me that question if I missed my cakes and baking. And I said, yeah, I think it has to do with all this nostalgia going on with, going back to 2016 or whatever. So I went and looked into the pictures of what I was doing in 2016 and my cakes. And I did an episode a while back. I don't know if it was the episode before this one or if it was for the no icing. Sorry about that. I'm not having any notes today. And it was, I talked in that episode about that nostalgia and, trying to go back to basics, but trying to go back to basics with the knowledge that you have. That we have now, that I have now, that I didn't have when I started. And it made me wonder more than what, is how would I do it? How would I start a cake business today in 2026 with everything that I know so far? So I've been taking notes, mental notes, notes on my phone, notes on paper, notes on notebooks about that. I don't know if I'm going to go back to my cake business. That I haven't got there yet, but I want to share with you because maybe you're starting out, you're thinking of maybe starting over, rebranding, um, having a clean start or a little reset of your business. So maybe let's think about that. What would we do if we could start our cake business all over again today in 2026? In many opportunities in my life, I have taken decisions from discarding the things that I don't want to do or discarding the things that I'm not good at. And it helps for me. It does. It work. So I've been thinking both ways. I've been thinking about what would I not do with my cake business anymore, and how would I start over? So let me just share here. There's no order in this thoughts, but a little bit of importance to it on how would I start again. First of all, I would take care of all the legalities from the scratch. I mean, from the get go. I would find information and advice from people who knows about all the legal stuff. I didn't do it when I started. And let's be honest, most of us don't do it when we start. We just start selling from home to our friends. So nobody thinks about legal. Well, legal, I mean, do I need permits? Do I need insurance? How do I pay my taxes? How do I have well, here in Portugal, as you open an activity in with the IRS, you also have like a connection to I don't know how to explain it, to Social Security that you discount because of the job and the percentage are different. So I will ask all of these things. Here in Portugal, it depends on the area where you live. There are local legalities that you need to comply by, depending on the county you live in. Like some extra taxes or fees that you need to pay in order to have your business function. You need to legalize your kitchen, which has to be inspected. All of these things I think they vary from country to country, but that is the first thing that I would do. Why? Because when I did it, it was not when I started. I'm being honest, guys. I didn't do it right from the get go. I did it as I went along because as I went along, sorry, and alone too, but along because I didn't know. I had no idea. Also, I never ask. I kind of pick up from what other people were saying, and that was a mistake. Ask the people who know, get informed, and and almost got to the point that I did it when it was needed because I could have been in trouble. So don't get to the point that you might get in trouble. I've seen so many cake businesses online and offline going down the drain because a small legality that was not in place, and you can just lose your business. You can just lose all the investments you have done. So that is the first thing that I would do. Find out everything. Um, there was one thing towards the end of my baking business, close to the pandemic, that I found out that I had to pay a veterinarian license for having fresh eggs used in my kitchen. And that was the line for me. That was like, I'm not paying for a veterinarian license because of fresh eggs. Of course, I could move to pasteurized eggs, but I didn't like them for my recipes. So, yeah, I mean, get to know the legalities because and they change. That's another thing, at least in this country. Maybe with the different administration they change and you don't have to pay something anymore or you have to pay an extra again. So find the legal stuff first. That's one thing that I would do. I think it, like I said, it's not in order, but I think I will do that first. I will study the market thoroughly. What is people buying? What do people want? I have a torn view with this. In one hand, I think we educate our clients. We educate our clients now. What we do need, and I talk about that a lot, educating our clients. But I think in one hand, we guide our clients or we the right clients find our product. So we work on the product that we love. Yes. But there is another part. I will diversify. I will diversify to the products that people want and the products that I want to make. Like I love making bespoke cakes, for occasions, not weddings. I don't do wedding cakes. That's one of the things that I won't do. And I love doing that, but they're not in demand right now. People like simpler cakes, buttercream, um, piping cakes, smaller sizes. That's what I hear people wanting. So I will adapt my product to I will do a thoroughly study of the market to see uh, how can I serve what people really want and have a menu of evergreen products. Evergreen products are in the digital business, we call evergreen a product that you make once and it sells. An evergreen product for me on the cake business could be, I don't know, set flavors of cookies, maybe cake pops or bento cakes, cakesicles, these little treats that have a set flavor, maybe a treat box or something like that, that I know what I need to have in my pantry in order to make them. Maybe I can do it seasonal. Maybe I can sell it by a set numbers of products that I will sell that month. I can batch the baking of it, and they will keep sales on my business and not only rely on bespoke cakes, which is what I did back in the day. And there were weeks that had many cakes and there were weeks that had none. So I think I will diversify. Have a menu of flavors, of course, because in the beginning, I had a very basic menu of flavors. As I went along with my business, I tried to do many flavors. And actually, I was losing money. When I did the math, I was losing money. So I went back to simple. I will stick to simple. If you want a crazy cake, there are other cake decorators who can do it. If a crazy flavor cake or um, different flavor cake. There are other cake decorators who would do it. My menu would be set on maybe basic flavors that you can like different bases of sponge and different fillings and different crunches, and you mix and match whatever you like. But that's it. I will have that. Um, I will niche down to celebration cakes because that's what I like, along with the evergreen products that I told you. I will not do wedding cakes. I will not do what the client wants. Let me explain this. When a client comes with a picture of a cake that you have never ever done, you had no idea what the technique looks like, and the client's like, "Oh, but you're so good, you can do it. Just I want this cake," and you're like, "We've done this. This is gonna be a nightmare. But okay, let's give it a try. I don't want to lose the client." I would not do that anymore. I would say no. I would set those boundaries. I would say, no, this is not what I do. And that made me think of another thing that I didn't write down. Will create my own designs. I would not copy pictures of Pinterest that my clients bring me because I did that a lot. Like my friend Enrique Rojas says, there is an art on that. But I think I appreciate a lot more today my creative freedom. And I think I'm more confident about it as well. So I would definitely rely on my creativity, just telling the client I can do something similar, but let's design this. That is something that I didn't allow myself. I know there are many cake artists that does it. Good for you, but I didn't allow myself to do that when I had my cake business. What else would I do? Um, Maybe have a high tier of product like bespoke cakes and toppers that I could, maybe upsell or offer as a high tier product for my clients. Uh, well, I didn't talk about the most important thing, I think, actually, pricing. I will study my pricing so thoroughly. I will, down to the penny, and I will not settle for less than the price that I decide that is profitable for my business, even if that means that's why I want to diversify because I would like maybe I'm I'm talking in present, but this is actually a conditional sentence. It's like maybe I would. That's why I would, sorry, diversify in different products because I could have different incomes. But no, I would not settle for lower discounts. You're my friend. Give it to me as a gift. And no, That's going to be a no for me, definitely. Market more, joint ventures with like wedding planners, party planners. I would touch that base because I worked with a party planner and with the store for a while. But then they closed businesses and I didn't work with them anymore. But that I would do. That I would do. I think is a it's smart way of keep the business going. Uh, of course, well, I will do that, but I kind of do that anyway, which is create a working schedule. Come on, I talk about this all day. I will definitely create my working schedule, set boundary, client policies, style, brand, everything from the get go. Um, Even though it's not the priority, I would do it from the start. Like it won't take most of my creative time to think about it, but I would, especially the boundaries and the policies, definitely from the get go. Um, I will use social media, my YouTube channel that I miss. I miss my YouTube channel. It's been sitting there for a while. I use it more now to share videos, private videos with the community. Um, because if I share them on Facebook take them away after 30 days. So I rather have a link to my YouTube channel, but they're hidden, they're private, not everybody can see them. But uh, the tutorials, the little um, demos that I used to do on YouTube, I miss those. I do miss those, and but I think I will start using social media for my cake business as a community builder. I think we are in the time where community beats content because people is eager for community. People is eager for learning, for sharing, for belonging, more than just consuming content. I think that's my view. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think. Okay. I will have I will really invest on packaging. I will do that. I didn't treat packaging as an important part of my business because for me it was just okay, it's just a box to carry the cake. But I think the whole experience is now very important for the client. The whole experience, even of the packaging, of a little detail inside, little handwritten note, all of those little details that actually makes the client come back. I will do that. Definitely would do that. Um Delegate and outsource. That is another thing I would do. I do it in my coaching business. I outsource all the accounting part of it. I decided that I'm not doing that anymore. But what else I would delegate or outsource? When the time comes that I'm able to do it, I will definitely outsource marketing and social media. Yes, I would. I would, because that way I could, even though I could be active in it, but the website, the marketing, all of that, I would definitely ask somebody for help or pay somebody for help as soon as I can, because that way I can give input, but I don't have to do it, and I can use my time for the creative part of my business. Definitely. Um, yeah, I think so. I think so. I think I would do that because that's the part that takes a lot of my time or our time as cake business owners. That is, I mean, it is the cake business, but it's not what we love the most, is it? Unless you're a content creator, business owner. But anyway, I would do that. I would do that. Okay, my friends, and that's it. That's what I would do. I would probably keep thinking about other things to add to the list, but all of those things have come from the reflection of, first, what I didn't do from the get go on my cake business. I did it eventually, but not from the get go. And sometimes I didn't do it fully, or I thought about it and I didn't get to do it. So, yes, that comes from it. And it also comes from the amount of knowledge that I have now that I didn't have from the beginning. Now, don't go anywhere because in the next part, I already told you what I would do. But in the next part, I'm going to tell you what I won't do. So stick with me. and don't go anywhere. We love Cercino and we love its digital magazine. Cercino's free monthly magazine, We Love Pastry, is a monthly digital magazine bursting with absolutely incredible, easy to follow, and unique cake tutorials created by very talented artists from around the globe. Interesting interviews and blogs. You can also win products worth £50 and much more. You have cake tutorials, product information, cake events, cake collaboration, and you name it. Don't miss the free digital magazine every month by clicking in the link on the description of this episode. Thank you, We Love Pastry, for sponsoring today's episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Okay, my friends, in this part, I'm going to share with you what I won't do for my cake business if I start over again right now in 2026. I would not try to do everything. Even though I mentioned the evergreen products, but they have to be controlled. They cannot be like, yeah, I do everything. I do cookies, cupcakes, cakesicles, cakes, gelatines, sweet treats. I mean, this is a one woman show. So, yeah, probably maybe seasonal cookie boxes that I know where can I place them when the business is slow with the cakes. Very tailored. I would not do everything. And especially, I would not try to do everything to please the customer. Like I mentioned before, that I won't do. I won't do. Definitely won't do. I won't say yes to everything, every opportunity. I will think about it. I think when you've been in the business for this long and you know the industry, and when I talk about saying yes to everything, I don't mean only clients, but these influencers that come and say, "Oh, if you make a cake for me, it has to be free, but you got followers." Like, come on, go take take a hike. It's like, no, it's not gonna happen. Um, Let me just make a cake for my I don't know, um, for a random magazine that is not even a cake magazine, but you'll get exposure. I don't need exposure from interior design architectural magazine. I did that once. I made a 3-tier wedding cake for a photo shoot on an architectural magazine that they didn't pay me because I was going to get exposure. That was back in the day. And of course, I didn't get any exposure. There was not even one architect that took a look at the cake because the cake was just a prop. So no, I won't do that. I won't. I won't say yes to every collaboration. I won't say yes to every joint venture. No, I won't. Definitely. I would not guess prices. That's another thing I won't do, which I did in the beginning. And whoever says that they have never done it, well, good for you. But I don't think so. I think we all kind of guess from what everybody else is charging, especially in the beginning of the business, because we have no idea what we're doing. Um, we just add up the ingredients and then just throw a number there for profit and that's it. We don't know anything about our overhead expenses. So yes, I won't do that. I would not I would not set boundaries. Like, I would set boundaries. I said that in the before in the things that I would do. But yes, boundaries. I will not overlook boundaries, definitely. I will not be thinking that the only way to reach clients is through social media. That I won't do. I will use social media to my advantage, but I won't let social media use me. That I won't do. There are other ways to market. I will market locally more, fairs, neighborhoods, local stores, local bakeries, local party planners. I will definitely market more locally. Okay, this is probably going to be one that you might like or might not like, but this is something I won't do. I would not deliver cakes. No. And I think we are entitled to say so. I will not deliver cakes. I don't do wedding cakes. Wedding cakes need to be delivered. big event cakes, they do need to be delivered. So I'm not going to do those. I'm going to do celebration cakes. They're going to be come in a beautiful packaging. I already talked about the packaging, maybe cookie boxes or treat boxes. So I won't deliver it. People will have to pick it up. I'm sorry. If I deliver, I have to add it to the price of the cake, which the customer won't pay. The stress, and I'm going to be honest, the stress that I get from delivering a cake is too much for me to handle. So I won't do it. I will protect my mental and physical health with it. I will not deliver my cake. Definitely. People will have to pick it up in my house. We can set dates to pick it up. We can set ways to pick it up. Yeah, but not deliver my cakes. And one thing that I won't do, definitely, is do it all alone and without a community. So in the next part, I'm going to tell you about that, about not doing it alone and having a community. So all that I've been talking about, starting over my cake business, and if you're thinking about starting over, if you're thinking about a fresh start, if you're thinking about rebranding your cake business, whatever you're thinking about, I want to talk specifically to home-based cake business owners. I already said in the beginning of the year, I kind of changed the narrative, or I niched down my narrative to home-based bakers, because that's what I know. That's what I've been doing, or I did during the whole time that I had my cake business. I know the struggles of baking from home. And even though I know the struggles, and if I start tomorrow my cake business, I would still start from home. Why? Because I need to know that the business actually works, that I can keep up with all of the things that I want to do and all the things that I'm set up to do before taking the decision of moving my business out of my home, because that will be a very big financial decision for me. And not only financial, emotionally, time wise, a lot of things. And I don't know if I want that now. Actually, I don't. I think I'm good from my home. So I want to talk to you, my home based baker, who is listening to this episode, and you might be nodding with some of the things that I just mentioned. You might be saying no to some of the things that I just mentioned, but I know they got you thinking. I'm pretty sure of that. One of the things that I know from my home-based cake business is that we're not motivated all the time. We cannot run on motivation. Same as, and I've said it before, same as with the diet, same as with anything else that we do in life. Motivation runs out. And the only way to keep a home-based cake business moving is through a system. But that system needs to work for us, needs to work for the life that we have, not the life that we wish we had. So, one thing that I would definitely do if I start my cake business is have a proper system that works for me. Thank goodness I worked on that because I'm obsessed about time management. Which I don't know if that's a healthy thing, but anyway, I'm obsessed about time management. And I got to the point that I discover through many paths the system that works for me and that adapts to me. But not everybody has walked that path. Not everybody has that system in place. Um, so finding that system is crucial, number one. And the other one is not doing it totally alone. I'm not going to say hire people because we're not in the place to hire anybody. We might have a friend or a sister or a brother or a husband or wife that could help us, yes, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is a community of peers, a community of people that are in the same place that you are. Right now, I have Cake Friends Stay Creative, which has been a support to many cake artists, cake decorators, and bakers out there, and have had this sense of community. I have the Art Cake Coach community, which is another support. And throughout all of these different communities, other cake groups like the Cake Collective, like the communities for different magazines and for different events, we have that community of peers that support each other. And we talk to each other, we ask things, have that. Don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to find. You're probably going to go through different communities until you find the one that says, this is mine. This is my community. This is people that I need to be with. because there are many out there and there are many communities for many kind of bakers. But find a community, find a group of peers because it's so rewarding. It's so much easier when you have people who are in the same spot that you are that you can talk to. You need to have that so you don't feel that you're always behind. You don't feel that maybe you feel guilty for stopping for a weekend and saying no to a few cakes. Maybe you feel bad for because you don't. I mean, you don't know what's next. You don't know what to do in a specific situation. Maybe one of your peers have been in that situation before. It's all about the system and it's all about the community. That is one thing I learned in this past 18 is going to be 19 years since I started baking cakes. It's something that many of us overlook because we're working alone in our kitchen and we think that I'm going to tell you what. I think it's a mixture of I'm afraid to talk about my business because deep down I think I'm doing something wrong and or I don't know what I'm doing and I might feel judged by others. Another thing that could be is like I'm afraid to talk about my business because I feel that everybody else could steal it from me, could steal my ideas, could steal my creativity, could steal my clients. And that's also an insecurity. I don't talk to other peers about my business because I'm feeling judged. I'm feeling like they're going to judge me. They're going to judge my talents. They're going to judge my skills. What if you find a community where none of that happens? So in my communities, none of that happens. It's zero. Find that community because it's there. I have a couple, and you're very welcome to join us. And of course, there's another one coming in. Another big community where none of that is going to happen, and you can find all the support and the system that you need. So, my sweet friend, if you start, ask yourself this question. If you could start all over again, or if you could do a little reset to your cake business, your home-based cake business, where everything feels that falls into place, that is organized, that you have support and you have that community, that you have a system that is going to work for you, and you can finally wake up every day and work on your business like you're working on a job. Like you go in, you do your thing, you have a system that works, you know what to do next, you know how to treat the business, you know how to separate your life from the business, and you're making money. Now, how about that? That's what I want if I would start my cake business today. And I ask you the question, is that something that you would like as well? I think the answer is yes, but that's up to you. That's up to you. All of this is to tell you that, as you know, in the month of February, I'm opening the doors to my new community, membership. Call it as you want. It is a community. That's what it is. And I really want you to come in and take a look at it. So, what if I told you that I have that community for you? That is why all of the reasons I gave you before, because I don't want you to run your cake business, your home based cake business alone. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I don't want you to not have a system because whatever is not working right now on your cake business is not because of your talent, is not because you don't want to work to make it work. It's because whatever system you have or you don't have is not working. So I created a program that worked with clarity, with structure, and with balance. I created a space for real life. Even the messy days, even the messy weeks, the ones that don't work, even for that, that community is made for you. So, my sweet friends, the Art of Cake business is officially open for enrollment. I open it in a different platform. It's not on Facebook. It's an outsider platform that allow us to have a community that we can talk to each other. You can access content easily. Even has an app that is going to be easy to access anywhere from your phone. It will give you notifications of whenever we are meeting or whenever there's something new coming up, so you're up to date with everything that we are doing. And it has a 3-tier of enrollment, so you can choose the level of commitment that you want to have. When you enter, is absolutely free, and you have a few perks in there if you're entering the free part of this community. And inside, you have 2 tiers, the premium tier and the VIP tier. In each tier, you're going to have different content for you. In the VIP tier, we're going to have not only content, but coaching, face-to-face coaching, group coaching for all of us, all of you who would like to be part of that tier. But all the information is going to be in the link that I'm going to be leaving here in the description of the episode. I know that as a home-based cake business owner, we have a lot of things working against us. Our business is built around family, about energy, about season, about limited time. And you don't need discipline. You don't need a structure that is rigid, that could break. You need a structure that is adaptable, that works for you. That's what you're going to find inside this community and this membership. A system fit for your life that evolves with you and that don't require perfection. That's why the Art of Cake Business community is all about. And in there, you can apply all of the things that we mentioned in this episode if you want to start over again. So, my friend, are you coming with me? Are you coming with me to this community? I cannot wait to see you there. So the invitation is extended. The links are in the description of the episode. Think about all of the things we mentioned here on today's episode and tell me what is the thing that you would do different if you could start today with the support and the knowledge that I'm offering you. I'll leave you that question today. So, my sweet friend, this is it for today. I cannot wait to see you in the other side of the Art of Cake Business membership. And until then, stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you the next episode. Bye-bye. Hey, cake friend, before you go, if you've been enjoying this episode and you are ready to take your cake business to the next level, I would love to invite you to join the Art Cake Coach Podcast Club on Spotify. Inside, you'll get access to over 17 exclusive audio classes and time management, goal setting, money mindset, and more. Everything you need to feel organized, confident, and balanced in your cake journey. And you will get one more extra class each month. You can unlock it right here on Spotify. Just tap on the link in the description of this episode.